So class move there by Jesse Broadwater, supporting Rob's decision to cancel yesterday's events because of the weather. That was a really, really tough call by the entire staff, and you know, it's good to see the support for making that call.
Yeah, it was the right call. I mean, it was crazy out there. People are still struggling to get here today, so.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, the venues, we got a lot of visitors, a lot of watchers, but I don't think it's anything as what we anticipated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had 30 inches of snow, 30.2 inches of snow in Harrisburg, just down the road from here. So Braden coming off a win last week.
Yeah, against Mike.
Against Mike,
so these two shot for the gold medal at the Indoor World Cup in Nîmes, France, and Braden walked away with the win there. We'll see if we can
see if he can make it
get a similar result here. Yeah.
Yeah. We've seen Braden on the tour for years and done really well. I think he had the record for the most X's in Vegas one year. Shot like 82 or 85 X's or something like that.
86.
86 X's out of 90 arrows.
Yeah, that stood for a few years, and then last year was finally broken. I think Mike and Chris Perkins now have that record at 87 or 88, one of the two.
Mike just shot a 10 there.
Oh, so they're even.
Both of them. Solid shot. Little English there, and you could see the look on Braden's face. And
it's not often you see him shake. He's done this. Another guy who, you know,
he's been at this a long time.
29, 30 years old, and been doing it, seems, for 10 years.
It'll be interesting to see if Rob asks him about that.
It's right up there with the best in the world, Rob. This is amazing. This is really, really neat.
Very good. Thank you very much. Well, it's an honor hosting you here. This is just we have an incredible slate of archers here, and these are two of the best in the world, and we have many more to come. Go ahead, Larry. 11, 10, 11. 11, 10, 11. 11, 10, 11. Bookends.
And so you can see D. Wild there again reaching in with a written scorecard for the guys to get a confirmation, make sure they what was written down was what they shot. It's the backup to the electronic scoring in case there's any kind of a failure or any kind of a miswrite. Still lighting the place up pretty good in the background there.
Yeah, really bright there in the background, which shouldn't affect these guys. They've kind of got their own lighting being pumped down at them from the spotlights, and the target's got its own lighting, but it certainly is an element of it. It's not changing, so that's good.
Yeah, you can see it on this. Well, it's kind of hidden actually. The tower lights, there's tower lights right behind the guys, and they're kind of hidden in the daylight, but it does balance it out, for them so that they're front lighted, they're back lighted, they're side lighted, so everything's looking much, much better for them. So it's a lot more balanced. Good shot there, yeah.
If you look at Braden's lenses, you can actually see that reflection coming back in.
Yeah.
Next time, Mike with a letdown.
Wow.
But see, he's got 20 seconds on the clock still. Plenty of time.
Yeah, so you know what this is all about.
Yeah, Mike's a fast shooter, so he'll have this one off in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's still got 10 on the clock, even with a letdown.
But it
barely hung a 10.
It bothered him.
Let's see if Braden capitalizes on this. Yeah, Braden's wearing the Pila shades. And I think he's using pretty much a clear lens indoors. And Braden shoots a 10. Wow,
yeah.
He had a door there to go through and kind of didn't capitalize on that.
They're very similar shots. Mike's to the left, Braden's up high, and Mike pounds out an X to finish it. So,
yep,
he got away with one there, and both archers shooting 32-32 in the first two ends.
A little bit of drama there, guys. Nice. Perfection gets boring, right? You both prefer it? $11-11-10. Tied up there at 32 apiece. Halfway through, we're tied at 64 each.
So we're tied at the half. Braden and Mike both missing a couple. Braden sticks his tongue out in disgust.
Yeah, something interesting about this term is that they change the target face every end. So always aiming at fresh yellow, and that's rare. You know, at a World Cup event in qualification, they change yours as they see fit. You don't get to keep it up if you like. They'll change it every 3 or 4 ends if you're shooting really well. And some guys struggle shooting at a brand new face. Some guys shoot awesome on it. So that can make a difference to here, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's good for the integrity of the scoring.
Yeah.
You know,
oh, for sure.
some archers do get a little concerned about, you know, shooting fresh paper every single time, but obviously it's not bothering these guys. Mikey just does it inside out.
Yeah, it's a lot of these guys probably have a dot large enough they wouldn't see any holes in the paper anyways.
Right, right.
I know Braden's dot covers almost the entire yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be
So
covering
he's
up
not
whatever
he's
there
not
is.
seeing arrow holes to begin with.
No. We had there's a 10 from Mikey. We had a Twitter question come in from Michael Headland. He asked, what is on the end of Jesse's scope? So when Jesse Broadway was shooting, he had a Doinker sight ease. It's a rubbery piece you thread onto the end of your scope rod to help with vibration in that. Scope rods sometimes can have a tendency to want to crack, and those sight eases can help you a little bit. So something you can check out on the Lancaster website.
Right, right. So we're going to go out to Rob here, talk about the last end before it gets off.
Nice shooting, guys. 11, 10, 11. Triple 11s. 33, 32. Braden enjoys a 1-point lead, which means that Mike will lead off this last end.
So he mumbled something. I didn't quite
Yeah,
hear
we
what
missed
he said.
that.
Missed what he said. Oh, enjoys is a strong word. But he does have a 1-point lead, and against Mike Slosher, that is about as enjoyable as going to get. Hey, that's one of those hot new Easton belts I've seen before.
That is one of the new ones, yep. They just hitting the stores here. And another item you can get on the LancasterArchery.com website.
Can you order them custom like that, or is it just a stock item?
No, but you know, if you have a local screen printer, they can easily screen print that your name or whatever on there. So, but yeah, stock item will have just a blank belt. It's got room for a name. And like I said, they're just hitting the stores now. They're just rolling out of the Easton factory this last week.
I just got mine in the mail before I left to come here.
There you have it.
So Mike comes out of the gate with an 11. He's going to force Braden here. Ooh, that's a
big
9. Wow.
Yeah. So Mike's going to have a 1-point lead after that.
After one arrow, it's swung completely the other direction. What?
Whoa.
Yeah, you see him pound the stabilizer there. Had it, just completely gave it back. And Braden's not going to let him get away with that. He's
Yeah.
going to pound it out now.
Not sure what happened there to Mikey. Maybe he just got a little quick on the trigger and wasn't quite ready to touch one off.
Well, if he hits an 11 here, he still I think he stands a chance at a tie if Braden hits a 10.
He's got a bit of a punch going there.
And that's a high 10.
And that's a 10. That's going to tie, and that'll give Braden the match. And we'll go to Rob for some final comments on this. And it looks like Braden's going to advance.
11, 8, 11 for 30. 9, 11, 10 for 30. Tie score, and Braden was leading by 1 point. So Braden Gelantine takes the match. So glad you could make it. I hope you enjoyed the match. It was hard fought. Certainly had a great win against Jesse. Thank you for coming. I hope you will again.
I will come definitely next year again, so I will enjoy it.
to come again.
Thank you so much. Let's have a round of applause for Mike Slusher from the Netherlands. Thank you, Mike. Okay, next up we've got Chris Schaff. Chris has become a tough competitor the last few years.
Wow, that was a pretty amazing event to watch that. I mean, obviously a guy like, Mikey to shoot an 8 there, that just had to be something really freaky and weird.
Yeah, and he's battling with some mechanics issues and working through execution, I know, and unfortunately it showed itself there, and he'll be fine. Mike's obviously, he's an indoor world record holder. He'll
I mean, he shot 60 straight X's.
Yeah, he'll figure it out, and he'll be competitive at Vegas again, I'm sure. So,
Hey, you know Chris from years back, right?
Chris is one of the Montana boys, and known him for a few years now.
Tell me about that tattoo on his forearm. What is that?
He was a world junior champion indoors in 2009. I think it was in Poland that he won that. He was, I don't remember if he was a junior or cadet or what he was. I think he was a junior. But, yeah, he is an indoor world champion in 2009.
So he got that?
He got a tattoo to commemorate. He must have been a junior because he had to be old enough to get a tattoo,
Solid 11's all black.
We'll probably get a good look at that here when we find that when we talk about cool things. And there it is right there.
There it is.
When we talk about cool things, you can the camera guys will find a way to get that in the shot.
Yeah, we got a great crew here. They're all over whatever we're talking about. So
yeah, these guys again. This the production company that puts this on is Hit the Roof, and it's if you watch World Archery TV or you watch
Big 9 from Braden.
Another Big 9 from Braden.
Yeah,
you watch World Archery or these guys are going to be in Vegas again with us next year or next week. We'll go to Rob here.
To the stage. How's it feel up there?
Feeling good. Yep.
Great start. Nice shooting. Larry, you ready?
10, 11, 9.
10, 11, 9. 30?
10, 11, 11.
10, 11, 11. 32. 2-point lead for Chris, so Braden will lead off.
And we're back after the scores being called out to Rob and, confirmation of the scores. And as we get into the second end of scoring here, Chris Schaff against Braden Galantine. Chris shooting for prime. That's him on closest to you on the screen. Braden shooting Matthews on the far side of the screen. There's a good shot of Braden as he gets ready here. Because he's trailing by 2, he will lead off this end.
yeah, another Big 9 from Braden. That's you don't see that every day. I mean, it's the pressure of this stage is getting to guys. I mean, it's a big event with Rob right there behind you. On the microphone, it adds to it definitely. So, been there and I felt it before, and we've seen a few uncharacteristic shots from some great shooters.
Well, I think it's kind of a nice affirmation that, we see these pros, these elite archers, and we all have this perception that they never miss.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly they do.
Yeah,
And Braden's now, his head is swimming. You see him shaking back and forth. I would almost venture that this match is over for him because he's just starting to shake his head and wonder what's going on. He's going to really need to buckle down to bring this back.
Yeah,
and there's a good one though.
Needed that one there, but Chris is shooting well. Chris is grooving, and as long as he doesn't give up points in bunches, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, caught the 10 there.
Caught the 10 there, and you could see it was a little quick on the reaction.
Yep, we'll get the official call from Rob.
No pressure. It's just like another league night, right, guys?
11, 10, 11.
11, 10, 11.
11, 11, 10.
11, 11, 10. 32 apiece. So Chris will maintain a 2-point lead. Braden will shoot the first. Braden will shoot first in this third end in the match.
All right, 2-point lead for Chris Schaff over Braden Galantine. halfway through the match. 2 points is pretty hard to come back from, but he's going to have a chance here, I think. I mean, the door was open for Chris, and maybe the door will be open for Braden.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 points up on him. Braden's bouncing right back. Maybe he can shake that off. Chris has an interesting shot. You can see there's a 10.
Gave up a point there.
Gave a point. Braden's dream coming true of him coming back into it. Solid 11.
So he's sighted in for a high X right now, which is what I was talking about earlier. That's a good play.
Mm-hmm.
And Braden's done this enough to pay attention to what is happening to people when they move from the practice field out to the competition field, and he probably saw a lot of shooters shooting low X's and adjusted accordingly.
Sighted in for that.
Yep.
Gave himself a couple more clicks. I see he's shooting pink crystal knock. I hadn't seen those before. Are they new?
They don't exist yet.
They don't exist yet.
It's going to be a low 10.
That's going to be a low 10.
So give that one up.
I can't find the pink crystal knocks in the Lancaster catalog.
We'll broach that subject later. That might be a 9 for Chris. I think he's going to catch 10.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. I don't know.
But he had the opportunity to pick up another point on Braden and squandered it there. So
and he knows
1 point lead for Chris going into the final 3 arrows.
We'll toss this out to Rob and see what the guys have to say.
11, 11, 10, 32. Ten, 11, 10, 31. Chris has a 1 point lead going into the last end. Braden will shoot first.
There's a shot of those knocks that don't exist. And apparently they don't, because one arrow is missing a knock, so they clearly don't exist.
Got another Twitter question coming in from Caleb Kirby. He asked, Braden's glasses look pretty clear. What do those actually make the target look like? It's not that they change the appearance of the target. The premise behind the pillows, especially, well, the clear lenses, is to give you a consistent lighting. So they're limiting the light that comes into your eyes. So it helps if you accidentally stare into, there's a good 11 from Braden. Mm-hmm. If you accidentally stare into a bright light or something like that, that can help you. But it's basically a light filtration system.
Right, and with Braden shooting the clear ones, they do have some anti-reflective coating properties to them that in a typical situation they would filter out very specific wavelengths of light. That's going to be really close.
I think that's going to be a 10.
That's going to tie this up.
Yeah, that question was great for you, being the optometrist.
I play an optometrist on TV. I'm really just an optician.
I don't know the difference, I reckon.
Oh, one's a doctor, one's not.
Oh, okay.
As much as I'd like to be a doctor, I'm not. So yeah, the anti-reflective coatings that he's got on that Pila lens really filter out specific wavelengths of light. And like you said, they go to, there's a good shot. Braden with a fist pump, he knows he's got it. So Chris has got to get a really good shot off here, and that's going to tie the match. That should take it to a shootout if we've got it right.
Yeah, he may have that one, but it didn't look like it from here.
Right. We'll go to Rob here and get the final call and see if we're going to go to a shoot-off.
We'll have to await Larry's call here. It is very close. 11, 11, 11 for Braden. 10, 11, 11 for Chris Shaw. Tie score. Got another sudden victory shoot off here. One arrow. Start at the top, middle, bottom, just like you've been shooting all weekend. Arrow for arrow. If it goes to 3, it's closest to center on the 3rd.
Yeah, and our sources are telling us that the TV lights in front of the archers were actually 3.5 feet lower prior to the start of the event. They noticed that could be an issue. They raised them up a little bit more because they were in the archers' eyes. So now it's much more ideal lighting, but the venue is set up. It's awesome. It's perfect for a finals match.
Yeah, it really is. They've done an incredible job here. Let's see what Chris has got. And again, this is a shoot-off.
Ooh, that's a 10.
That's a 10. If Braden hits an 11, it's over. Look at the shake. Braden's definitely trying to make a great shot here. And there it is. Braden will advance.
Yeah. Yep, they were calling it a 10 as well.
All right, so we'll go out to Rob here for the final.
10 for Chris. Nice shooting, Chris. Hard-fought victory there. How are you feeling?
I might just have my nerves under control. Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. Well, your next opponent is one that you've met before. Last year's Vegas champion, Alex Wiffler.
So looking at the scores, there's only been one match that had a 130 or better, and that was the second round. Jesse against Chance Bobuff, he shot a 131 to win, but all the other winners have been 129 or lower. That's surprising to me, actually.
Really surprising, and I think that goes to the pressure that we've seen in this event this year. I mean, normally when we shoot this back at the facility or back in the other areas that we've had the Classic, the guys, they run the house on it.
Yeah.
And, you can't miss one or two, and now you can see that you can miss 4 or 5 and still advance.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it going forward, but it's weird to see scores that low moving on in the men's Open Pro class.
Right.
10,
That's
maybe
probably
11?
a 10 from Alex.
Yep, 10.
Yep. Now, Alex, as Rob mentioned, won Vegas last year. It was the first time we'd really seen him on that elite stage just like that, pounding it out and winning. Now they're teammates on Matthews. Let's see who wins here.
Yeah, and we shoot a lot of USA Archery stuff together, and Braden has kind of had Alex's number in those events, so we'll see if that
probably
continues.
another 10.
Yeah, another 10.
Now, did Alex come from a recurve background and switched over to compound?
Yeah, so he was a recurve archer on the junior levels. He was our top junior recurver in the U.S. and had a broken hand, so he started shooting compound because he could, and just stuck with it. So
yeah, it's paid off for him. He's definitely starting to do something with it.
yeah, he got on track there with an 11. Braden could grab a 1, maybe a 2-point lead here. That second arrow of Alex's, they've got it down as 11, but
You see,
could be
Braden got
questionable.
caught there. We talked about it earlier. Braden got caught.
Yeah.
He didn't even have an arrow knocked, and he's down to 10 seconds already.
That's plenty of time for him. He's a pretty quick shooter.
Yep, and he gets it off and gets the 11. So a 33 there for Braden. And a 31 or a 32 for Alex, depending on how they call that.
The biggest stage in the world, Vegas. How's this compare?
It's nerve-wracking, I'll give you that. It's fun, though. I like the way the shoot-down works, or shoot-up, I'm sorry. It's fun.
Very good. We try to make this entertaining to watch and terrifying to be up there. That's what makes it entertaining.
And we're just waiting for the scores to be called
Waiting
back
for the
to Rob
call
here.
from our favorite zebra, Larry Wise.
Yeah, I just got a text on my phone that my flight is canceled.
10,
tonight.
11, 11.
Fantastic.
32.
32 for Alex.
11's over here for Braden, so we've got 33-32, 1-point lead for Braden. Alex will continue to shoot first.
So Alex did catch that second arrow. It was a close one. His first one was close too, but it was more definitively out.
There's a good shot of Mel wearing an elite hat. It's a switch for him. Want to thank you guys for watching along the Lancaster Archery Classic 2016. We are at the True Ball Axel Lanco Field House, just outside of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. My name is Chuck Cooley. I'm sitting with Steve Anderson, also known as the Big Cat. We're watching the men's pro finals. If you're watching along with us on YouTube, there's almost 1,700 people watching us right now. Steve, you're famous.
I don't think it has anything to do with me. I think it has a lot to do with the guys who are up here shooting arrows. But yeah, feel free to. That was an 11 from Alex. Feel free to hit us up on Twitter. My personal Twitter account, Steve Anderson88. Chuck's is Chuck_Cooley. And then we also have the Lancaster Archery social media accounts, LANC Archery on Twitter. They're on Facebook. Or feel free to shoot us some comments on the YouTube live feed, and we'll try to address those if we see them.
Somebody did ask a question there about the typical draw weight for these guys in Open Pro. Myself, I shoot a lot of arrows, so I'm in the 52 to 55 pound range. What are most of the guys out here running?
Most all these guys are going to be around 58 pounds. That's the world archery limit is 60 pounds. To get the holding weight they like, most of them are going to end up right under that number, about 58-ish.
And that's to give them the right holding weight on the backside.
Yep.
Now, do you see them with the Matthews? I mean, are they running 80% let-offs or 65s or?
Kind of varies. You get a. Ooh. He gave it some English. I think he gave it an 11.
I think he gave it enough English.
Yeah. You get. We call that giving it the onion.
Not sure where that last arrow is.
So
there's a throwback to your videos.
Yeah. You get a little differences in modules because you got guys who like a feel. Here, let's go to Rob for that call.
11.
Yeah, we'll go to Rob and see what that is.
Larry? 10, 11, 11. Believe we've got a tie score at halfway.
And a tie score there at the half now. 65s apiece.
Yeah, evened it up. Braden shot the 10 there, and Alex capitalized.
He doesn't look super happy. Braden doesn't. That's because he knew he gave one away there. So you can see in that shot right there, you see Mel Nichols standing behind Alex and Braden. Mel, of course, one of the leading coaches for the United States archery team. Been on the scene for decades. His stepson, Brady Ellison. So that's a plus. And I think he coaches a ton of. Who else does he coach in the compound side? You know that we would recognize on the team.
I'm not sure who all he coaches individually. You know, he's along with the U.S. archery team on all the trips, and familiar face in the coach's box and the medal matches. You know, a lot of archers are comfortable with him behind him. He does a good job calling arrows, and like I said, it's a familiar face, someone they're comfortable with, and you see him in that position quite a bit.
Right. I mean, we've seen Mel on the tour, especially on the world archery side, quite a bit, standing in the coaching box. Braden gets another 11 off.
Yep, so he's got a 1-point lead now.
With 4 arrows to go. Good shot of the HBC. That's a True Ball release. True Ball, of course, one of the big sponsors here. The title name of the field house for the weekend. Good shot of the background there. Hoyt Easton support. That's probably another 11.
Yeah, I think he's got that one, so he's going to have a 1-point lead.
He's looking at it close. We'll see what Rob's got to say to the guys before they go into their last end here.
I thought I had it under control, but I don't. This is crazy, guys. This is one of the most stressful events I've ever been at, but it's fun. Hey, that's why we're here, right?
Well, we're here and we're shooting. Definitely nerve-wracking. Yes. Pressure's definitely here.
That's good. 10, 11, 11. Trip 11s. Okay, Braden has a 1-point edge going into the last end. Alex will lead off, shooting first.
And so we go back into this last 3 arrows here. Braden with a 1 arrow lead. It's surprising to hear the guys talk about the pressure. I mean, obviously, we've got the World Cup that they're all coming off of, and the World Indoor Championships. And we got Vegas coming up. You would think there'd be more pressure there, but it seems to be really getting to these guys. Do you think this is a good tune-up for next week?
Yeah, it's head-to-head shooting. If you want to win Vegas, you're going to end up head-to-head with, maybe 1, maybe 2 guys. But anytime you can get in this environment is good for you. I'd pay a lot of money to have practice like this. This is for a lot of marbles as well. Beyond Vegas, this is probably the second biggest indoor shoot in the States, I imagine. I'm not 100% on that number. Well, in terms of Vegas style, with this target face, the 5-spot nationals obviously is a bigger number of participants, but this one's got a pretty big purse.
I think this particular tournament has, especially in the men's Open Pro division, they have more money on the line than they do at any other event other than Vegas.
Yep.
So from a financial standpoint, this is a big deal. And plus, there's a lot of contingency money on the line, so these guys are really, really trying hard. Like you say, you'd pay a lot of money for this kind of practice.
Yeah, and more importantly, beyond the whole money side of it, people want to win. These guys, we all see each other around. It's always the same faces, and we're all pretty competitive. We get along well, but when you step on the shooting line, you want to beat the guy next to you. That's as much of it as anything.
Right. Alex puts together a 33, so he's done everything that he can do. Braden.
Braden
We're going to have another shoot-off. I think we're going to go right out to Rob here, where they'll call back the scores, and Rob will go through the shoot-off rules again.
Perfection's boring, right, Braden?
Sure, why not?
11s to 11-11-10, so 33-32 brings the totals to 130 apiece. Tie. Alex, you were the top seed going in. Shoot first or second, your choice. First? Okay. Alex will lead off. Single arrow shoot-offs. If it goes to third arrow, it'll be closest to the center. Top to bottom.
There's another good shot of Mel. They used to call him Pineapple 3D back in the day. He had a really big back surgery. He got trapdoored in his tree stand. Completely fell. Dropped him right out of the bottom of a tree. Almost never walked again. It's good to see him out there.
That's crazy.
So here's the shoot-off. Alex taking his first shot. That's probably going to miss the 11.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 10.
Just enough of the room that Braden needs here. Could pull out the win, and then one of these...
10 as well.
I think just out as well.
One of these guys is going to wind
It's
up
like
against
hot
Rio.
potato, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, no, you take it. I don't want it. I said, no, you take it. I don't want it.
Well, we're here to have fun.
I'm having a blast.
Braden. I don't know if you guys heard that, but Braden dropped his bottle in disgust, and he's like, yeah, I'm having a blast. It's a sick, warped sense of fun, I guess, when you're under this kind of pressure. So here we go again, 1 arrow shoot off. High scorer will advance unless it's a tie, and then they'll go to a third arrow, which will be closest to center. A little waver in that back elbow. Ooh, wow, he made that home.
Held for a long time, but it got the score he needed.
Paid off.
I imagine we'll see Braden put one in as well.
I'm sure.
No.
Ooh, and that's going to go to Alex for the win. All right. And we'll go right out to Rob here for the interview.
Braden, hard-fought battle, man. Great show. Alex, congratulations.
No pressure or anything.
Sudden victory for you there. Okay, Alex Wiffler's going to meet multi-time champion. How many times, Rio? Have you won this? 4-time champion, 4-time LAS Classic champion, Rio Wild. Let's have a hand for Rio Wild.
And so now we see Rio for the first time today. He was the #1 seed, shot a 658 with 58 X's. Absolutely pounded it in qualifying. So,
Yeah, which proved to be pivotal because, you know, our qualification rolled straight into the top 8 for this shoot-up, and normally we'd have 4 rounds of head-to-head matches to determine the top 8, but
yeah, typically we start with a field of 64 and chop it down.
Snowmageddon changed our plans, and here we are. Rio's #1, Alex is #2, and now they're shooting off.
Yeah, and this is, you know, Alex did actually qualify second. He also shot 658 with 58 X's, but Rio dropped his first X in the 51st arrow, and Alex dropped his 15th arrow. He missed the X. So Rio came out of the gate during qualification, shot 50 straight X's out of 60 arrows before he missed. So this should be, oh, there you go, 11-11. This is the match that we would have expected by looking at the qualification scores. Rio, of course, switched over to Elite this year. And there's a 10 wide right. Both of these are Easton guys on your team.
Yep, we're shooting the X27s here.
Now, these are the gold shafts. What's this, 75th or 50th anniversary?
It's the 50th anniversary of the aluminum X7 shaft, so it's, I mean, it's pretty cool to say that these arrows that are going to win the Lancaster Classic have been around for 50 years. You know, no one has made anything that the top archers in the world felt they should be shooting in the last 50 years. So that's
still the #1 arrow.
Still the #1 arrow for indoor archery, and
And there's Alex. Look at that. Alex takes a 2-point lead in the first end against Rio.
and the let's get the
Oh yeah,
official
let's
from
go out
Rob.
to Rob, and
Yep.
Rob will get the call.
11-10-10. Triple 11s. Okay, while they bring the arrows back. Rio, you've won this 4 times. How does this stage compare to all of the other classics that you've shot?
I'd say this one blows it away. You've done an awesome job here. I mean, the lighting, the everything, the setup with the big screen above, it's just far and beyond anything we've had before.
Well, thank you very much. We're enjoying watching you.
And as the guys get set for the next end, new faces up. Alex enjoying that 2-point lead.
Yeah, it's a nice cushion to have when you're shooting against Rio Wild after one end. That's you don't get that every day.
No, you don't. He's not going to give you a lot of that cushion.
Interesting piece of equipment on his sight there. He's got a really long rod holding his scope, a real long extension there. I'm not sure. That's I'm not sure what that is exactly. I have to ask him about it. But as you mentioned, that 50th anniversary arrow kind of coincides not only with our 50th year of building those, but also the 50th anniversary of the Vegas shoot, which is happening this year. So,
Kind of a neat coincidence for us.
yeah, and gold is the traditional and 50th anniversary color, or whatever you want to call it. I guess not the color per se, but it's the golden anniversary is the 50th anniversary. So that's why we went with gold on the tail end of that one.
Absolutely. Looks like a great reason. That's a good-looking shaft. I got him set up for myself. So Alex still with a 1-point lead. Wow, he does have a long extension on that side. He's got that moved all the way out there. Wonder why he's got that bow set up with that much left side.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just the center shot on the riser or what, but
It's just the way that arrow tuned for that.
yeah, it looks like he had a custom extension on that scope rod.
Alex with a 32 for this end.
Yep, you're going to keep a 1-point lead.
1 point lead going into the next one. We'll go out to Rob for the official's call.
Still have a 1 point lead. So Rio would shoot first.
11, 11, 11.
Trip 11s for Rio.
10, 11, 11.
10, 11, 11 for Alex. Halfway through, very close match. How you feeling, Alex?
Well, was feeling better on the last match. We're here to shoot. That's what we're gonna do.
It's just shooting arrows, right, Rio?
Another day at the office.
There you go.
At least there's no pressure.
Another good shot of Mel there.
I don't want to have any pressure here, guys, but I do want to remind you of the contingency money that's
Rob's doing a quick announcement on the contingency money. He's going to let everybody know what's on the
at
line.
the LAS Classic here. I understand it's quite a handsome payday in addition to the $15,000 in purse money from us here at Lancaster Archery.
Thanks, Rob.
So at the very least, these guys are shooting for 15 grand, and there's probably another 5 or 10 on the line from the bow companies and arrow companies and things like that, right?
Yeah, all said and done, if you win this one, you're probably going home with $20,000 to $25,000. It's a good weekend.
It's a pretty good weekend. Rio puts another 11 down there. And then back that up with next weekend in Vegas. They've got 50 grand on the line plus contingency. That could easily be a $75,000 or $100,000 tournament.
That's how I see it, about a $75,000 tournament.
Boy, if you could win these back-to-back, you could take a couple weeks off, right?
Yeah, it was interesting. I was talking with Dave Cousins in Nîmes, and he mentioned how he had 1 year where he basically won everything. And with the exception of Vegas, he was second there. But he told me he paid for a house that year. I said, that's pretty impressive.
That's
I'd like to have a few of those years.
yeah, it's not a bad living. If you can do it, shooting arrows.
Yeah, there's a lot of parity in the men's compound side these days. You see a lot of the usual suspects up there, but the winners change quite a bit. It's competitive and everyone's shooting at such a high level that it's hard for one guy to really own the game.
Gave a 10 back.
Yep, gave one back there. So
See
Alex
if
puts
Alex
this
can-
in, he'll have a 2-point lead.
Yep. This would be a great confidence builder for Alex.
Yeah, you got
wow,
that
look
one
at that. So now they're going to be coming into the last 3 arrows. Alex has got a 2-point lead going into there. That's going to be incredible.
That's confirmed by Larry.
We'll go out to Rob here and get the call back.
11, 11, 10.
11, 11, 11.
11, 11, 11 for Alex.
Something they did in the past here, the Lancaster employees, which are awesome out here, they had their own little fantasy league here. They would, select players or select archers, and then based on finish you get points, and pretty cool little thing they do. Steve Gatto, who was a former employee, told me all about it. And he told me they picked me 19th last time, and I ended up 6th overall. So whoever got me at 19 got a bargain, and I wrecked some other people's days, But these two, I'm guessing, would have been picked fairly high.
I'm guessing these guys would have been pretty high on the list.
Yep. So 3 arrows to go here.
Yeah, this is it. Well, presumably.
Presumably. Yeah, there could be 3 more.
Alex has got a 2-point lead. I mean,
It's hard to close.
obviously,
It's hard to close.
yeah, he's got to close this out. We saw this last year in Vegas. He was up on the final with Levi Morgan, and you could see the pressure got to him a little bit there.
Yeah, he only shot 1 X.
Yeah, he shot 1X, but still pulled out the win.
Yeah, Levi shot no X. So that's crazy to think about. Levi's one of the most raw, talented shooters there is. For him to walk away with a 27 as it was scored in that end was crazy to see. And Alex won with a 28. That was
Let's see if this
surprising.
year, let's see if he can kind of change that luck. But it's Elite versus Matthews again. See if those. See if Rio can send one down.
Yeah, he's got to have a 33 here. There's no way he's going to be able to shoot another 10 and get away with it. So.
Nope, not at all. Because I don't see Alex shooting an 8 or a 9. Ooh, little tentative on that release. Did you see it let up?
He's holding for a long time, but he does this. Yeah.
Still powers through it.
He does that.
What an incredible recovery. You could see his finger let up on that release just a little bit. That arrow awfully close to those cables.
It looks like that
Still got
that
it.
rest is a bit outside, which might tell us why he's got that long scope extender out there. If your bow is tuned outside, you're going to need your scope further outside, and that could be the reason why.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the limb stops on that cam system, putting a little torque into the system and pushing it out.
Doubt that's it. Probably just the way, a guy's hand, just their relation of gripping the bow and
Just the way that
the way the bow's cut center shot.
Well, here it is. He's got to have this 11. And he's got it.
But now he needs a 9 out of Alex.
Yeah, so a 10 or better, and it's over. If Alex shoots a 9, they go to a shoot-off. I don't see that happening. I think he's just going to send it right down the middle here. And there's a 10. Yep. So that'll be it. Alex Wiffler will be our winner. We'll go out to Rob on the floor. He'll do a quick interview here. Congratulations to Alex Wiffler. We'll throw it out to Rob.
Very tough opponent in Rio Wild, our top seed. Nice shooting, Rio. Congratulations on second place, and hopefully this is a great warm-up for Vegas next week. How are you feeling?
Good. I mean, it's been a good shoot. It's always a great time here in Lancaster, so it should be a good setup for next week.
I'm sure you're disappointed, but you gave us a heck of a show. Nice shooting. Alex, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Your first time LAS Classic champion.
Yeah, this is my first time in the shoot-off here, too. So I just want to thank you personally, Rob, and everybody else here for hosting one of the best shoots in the world. And I really appreciate all the work that you guys have put into it.
Thank you very much. Alex Wiffler, our 2016 LAS Classic champion.
Roger that. Well, congratulations to Alex Wiffler there on an amazing win. You could hear the nerves coming through his voice on the very tail end.
This is a new tradition.
Oh, wait.
We've started. If
Presentation
we could have a
trophy here.
Close-up of the trophy to the camera there. You'll see that all of the past champions have already been engraved on it. And we will certainly add Alex to that. Alex, again, congratulations on a hard-fought battle. With our strategy.
Now look at that. That plaque reads of the who's who. You've got Chance, Rio, Jesse, Braden, Tim Gillingham, Shane Wills. Look at all those guys that have won that. That's a good-looking trophy.
It's pretty impressive,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be cool to win. Aside from the paycheck, that'd look really good on the mantle for a year, wouldn't it?
To add your name to the list of the greats, now Alex, the Vegas champion,
Backs it up with a
reaffirms it with
Lancaster.
this. Yeah, I mean, that's
I think it cements him as not just a flash in the pan. He actually, he's legit. He can do it.
He's a good shooter, and he proved it last year during the outdoor season. He was always one of the toughest competitors, and I think the Vegas victory just kind of ignited him and gave him a lot of confidence.
Right. Well, he's definitely earned a really, really great win today. Looks fantastic. Congratulations to Alex Wiffler, the 2016 Lancaster Archery Classic champion in the Men's Open Pro Division. Myself, Chuck Cooley, and Steve Anderson, thank you very much. And we'll see you next year at the Lancaster Archery Classic in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.